is going to reinvent the phone.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Chili Bean here once again. Thank you for joining and coming back to my channel. I want to say special thanks to everyone that has been commenting on my videos and asking for the next tutorials. I had to do some things that were very important at a very critical time. So I want to say that, you know, I'm back again. I've been able to get some essential things done, important things done going on, you know, in my life, and I'll be able to get back fully and re-energize. So in this video, I'm gonna continue with the series, and I know I haven't touched this app for like 2 years right now. 2 years is a very long time. And there's definitely going to be some errors, probably going to be lost in the code, trying to get back to the app and understand, you know, what I was doing, and, you know, try and get the mindset and the goal and everything back going on. So this is very common. If you have an old project and you go back to it, you have to first of all adjust to, you know, that old code base. Sometimes you might see some code that you're gonna be like, what was I even doing here, or what was this supposed to do? So I know there isn't too much code in this app for now, but I just want to get back into the app and see where I stopped and look at the next things that I need to do. All right, so let's get straight into it. So I have my sketch files open here, and just looking at the app. Very beautiful app, you know, and then have the project open here, and then I see this error. I haven't built it. I'm just looking at the app and making sure that, you know, even if you're joining at this time, you might also have this error. So this is an error associated with the Chameleon library. So it's out of date because, you know, Swift has been updated. So if you have this error that says module compiled with Swift 4.0.3 cannot be imported by the Swift 4.2.1 compiler, it means that the framework is outdated. So you just have to update your framework because we're using external libraries. Alright, so in order to do that, you need to open your terminal. So right click on terminal, open, and then you need to navigate to the place where the app is saved. So this is where I have the app on my computer here. So in order to navigate to that place, what you can do is you can do CD on your terminal, and then drag this icon, this blue icon right here, and then paste that. And then you want to remove the part that says, the last part that says the Xcode project, right? So when you come to the folder, then you see the project in the folder. So you just want to get to the upper level. So if I do ls here, I can see all my files here. So this is where the cartridge dependency is being installed. So I'm gonna update this right now and try and build this app. So you're gonna do cartridge update / platform iOS, and now it's gonna start updating the dependencies and the libraries that Chameleon depends upon. So this is one thing that is also important, because once you have several dependencies and several third-party libraries in your app, you have to keep track of the ones you have to update. You know, sometimes some of these libraries might be deprecated, so that's why they kind of advise not to have too many dependencies in your project. All right, so I guess it's completed right now, and after that, what you're gonna do, you want to clean your project. So I'm gonna do Command Shift K to clean it. and then I'm gonna build it once it finishes. So I'm gonna start building right now. Okay, you're not gonna see your logs like this. The reason why mine is shown like this instead of on the debugger here is because I was working on a project earlier. So you're not gonna see this up here, you're gonna see it down here. I was doing a personal study on TDD, test driven development, and then I had to change the settings. But you're gonna see all these logs down here. I'm gonna change it after that. So just ignore that, just ignore all this right here. Alright, so now your simulator should come up, and then you have your app right here. Man, this looks really good. Oh man, why didn't I finish this app? Alright, we're gonna finish this. Look at that. So we're gonna try and fix this. I don't know. Why is it like that? Man. Okay, so now the app is built. Alright, so I'm gonna build it again because I haven't seen this good thing in a long time. My. It's been a while. Okay, I'll log in. I think it's kind of, the constraints are kind of broken because I don't think it's the same size. I get this over here. Get this over here. Yeah. See, the button is kind of gone off. But in this video, I'm just gonna come back to the app and just look at the app generally and look at where I stopped and try and like get familiar with everything. I haven't touched it for a very long time. So in this video, I'm not going to be doing any development. However, I'm going to be doing some planning which will help me execute my development and help me in finishing this project. So these are things that I'm going to look at. The button kind of changed. This is a bug right here in this button because it's not looking the same thing here. It looks really nice, man. I don't know why I didn't finish this thing. Oh, I miss this app, man. Alright, so next thing we're gonna do right now is to start making the action plans of how I'm gonna finish this app. So earlier how I did this was I just did this freestyle. I just got up, turned my computer on, started programming, and started recording. But I found out that doing that sometimes I can get not that motivated. But I want to create an action plan. This is what I'm saying. I'm just gonna get some stickers, right? Because I do this at work and I found out that it's very, very effective. So these are the things we're going to do for this app. So I'm going to do to-do list, to do FLAVR. All right. Because once you make this kind of action plan, it's going to help you know what you're currently doing, what you need to get done, and you want to know the next thing to do. So first thing we're going to do is, at this point, we're going to start looking at the cells, all right, the table view cells. Because if you look at this cell, and look at this cell, and look at this cell, they are the same thing, right? So we don't want to build, because this is already a view controller, table view controller. This home screen. This home screen is a table view controller, right? And this favorite is a table view controller. This one, we can say table view controller. This one's obviously a table view controller. Category is a table view controller. And this one as well is a table view controller. However, if you look at the cells, you would see that they are similar. So this cell and this cell and this cell are similar. So what I want to do is to start building the cells first. So once I can get the cells done, then it's going to be easier to just set up the table view, the data source, tell it the cell it needs to dequeue, tell it how much cell it needs to show, and then it shows all the whole thing. It's going to be the same at first. And then we can start thinking about, do we want to do network calls? Do we want to just use dummy data? Once you start doing network calls, you have to do the codable protocols. You have to do, find a good API, third-party API. And I was thinking about that earlier, and I think that was what kind of slowed me down, because I was like, how am I going to teach this? How am I going to put everything together? And then I think the thought about the plan, when you start thinking of how complicated it's going to get, you're going to start getting a little bit demoralized. But basically, we're just going to keep it simple for now. Just going to go with dummy data. I'm just going to go fetch some data somewhere, and then we'll use that. We're not going to worry about network calls for this project, just to keep it simple, and so I can finish it. Because the UI is a lot of work if you look at the UI. But if we can finish the UI in time, if I can finish it in time, then I can add additional things or bonus things like maybe a network call, and then we replace the dummy data with actual data coming from an API call. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is create. I'm just going to write this down real quick. Create a cell. What would I call this cell? Let me say food recipe cell. I cannot spell recipe. Please don't laugh at me. I depend on the autocorrect. All right. So after creating this cell, then it's gonna this app is just as simple as this cell is, and how we're gonna create this cell and this view controller. Don't worry, you're gonna it's gonna be very clear once I'm done, and it's gonna be very fast. So the first thing is to create the cell. The second thing is to do the home table view C, and in this home, I'm gonna do two things. We're gonna try and work on this part first and this part first. So you see there are two things going on here. This one is vertical, and this one is no, this one's horizontal, and this one is vertical. So what we're going to do here is to put a collection view inside the table view. Inside the table view. All right. And then 2.2 would be this other part of the table view controller. So return food recipe for table view controller. All right. So the third thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the favorites table view controller. Favorites table view controller. And this one's going to be easy because it's just all about dequeuing this food recipe cell. See, once you just build this, then this is simple to build. This is also simple to build. This one is going to take some work, but it's not going to be a little difficult. And this is the easiest. So in order of difficulty, I'll say let's do this one first, and then do this one second, and do categories number 4. Yeah. And then do category open number 5. and then do the recipe open, number 6. Can't type. Okay, all right, so feel free to write all these things down so that we can stay together, so that we know exactly what we're doing right now, what needs to be done, the next thing, and where we're going. Because I was just like freestyling this tutorials earlier. And then after this, we can add additional things, maybe extras right here. I don't know. We think about this. All right, so in the next video, we're gonna start working on the food recipe cells and start getting everything together. All right, guys, I want to say thank you for coming back to my channel. If you don't know, my name is Chili Bean, and I show you on this channel how to make iOS apps on your phone. You know, so you can show your dad, your mom, your friends, your boyfriend, your uncle, your cousin, whoever, and you can tell them you're a software engineer or whatever you want to tell them. So if you haven't already, I want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I know I get a lot of views, but I don't see people subscribing. So if you want to see more videos, make sure you're subscribed. And if you're subscribed and you want to know when the next video comes out, feel free to hit the notification bell so that you can stay connected and see when the next video comes out. Also, check out my social media. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter. I'll leave my handles down here. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. Also, if you have ideas or if you want to correct me or tell me a better way to do it, also feel free to leave that in the comment section. So thank you guys for joining me once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Have you heard of